Hey everyone, Aaron here with Elite Water Sports. Today we're going to get in that water and show you how to fly your kite better. We have a couple different skills like two-hand, one-hand, cross-hand, launching, landing to make you more self-sufficient when you go out on your own. These practices are done without the board, so stay tuned and we're going to get into the details. Today, we're going to be in the water, building that confidence with your kite control. We're going to leave that board on the beach and go out there, learn how to launch, land, fly one-hand, two-hand, cross-hand. So let's jump in. Let's do this, Tanner. Here we are out in the water, and we're going to work on some hand drills that you should be doing or practicing in between lessons. If you're feeling confident, take out your kite on your own. You know, supervision is always an option here at Elite Water Sports. And you know what? Self-discovery is a very important step to kiteboarding as long as you're being safe. Go out to the water, leave your board on the beach, go out to the water and enjoy just flying the kite around. A lot of people kind of bypass that. They may have graduated, they're starting to stay upwind, but they're not practicing their kite anymore. They're just going out there and enjoying the ride. There's just no problem there. But step back for a second and just enjoy flying the kite. Even on your first lesson, your very first lesson, your instructor should be teaching you all these tricks. Let's go over that now. Very first thing is, of course, flying the kite with one hand or two hands, just getting used to flying the kite at 12, over to 1, over to 11, down closer to the water. Yes, with two hands. But we're not going to be teaching you that today of just simply flying the kite. We're going to make sure that you have these other skills. The other skills are being able to fly with one hand. So one hand in the middle of the bar. Get comfortable with bringing the kite down low with one hand. And being able to alternate hands from one side to the other. So as you're passing 12 o'clock, you should be able to let go and grab the bar. That one factor of being comfortable with letting go of your kite and knowing it's not going to get out of control. Let go, use that momentum, switch hands. Always having the other hand available in case things go wrong, but in essence, learning to just let go and alternate hands. Next thing is be able to piano walk. And what I mean by that is by being able to keep some power into the kite and be able to walk your hand from one side of the bar to the other side. It's a little bit of walking with your fingers, and also kind of sliding your hands. And if that doesn't work out, of course, let go, grab it again, and going back into piano walking. This is going to help tremendously, especially when you're body dragging one-handed with your board or without your board trying to retrieve it, but still trying to maintain a little bit of lift and power from your kite. Next thing is being comfortable with crosshand. Crosshand is if you're like holding the board and being able to fly the kite on the wrong side of the bar. So this doesn't look very comfortable. You always want to have your front hand upwind. So this will be the normal stance, but sometimes that hand's not available. So being able to fly your kite cross-handed across the middle main line. Get comfortable with also switching over sides like this, just with one hand. So back to my normal, textbook style. Front hand is upwind. I have my left hand on the bar. Now all of a sudden the kite goes all the way to the left, and now I go cross-handed. So being able to be comfortable with this is going to help tremendously. After you're able to do that, then you can start working on launching and landing with one hand. Just allow that kite to go down with gravity to the water. So as I bring it up past 12, I'll switch hands. And I'll let gravity take it down to the water. Notice I'm pretty still. I'm like a statue. And look how much I have the bar in to have power in the kite. If I just simply take myself out of that whole statue stance and be able to walk with the kite, it's crucial to my success. If you see now that I'm walking upwind, look where the bar is at. The bar is all the way out and I have full power just by doing a couple walks upwind. If I go downwind, of course, it's going to depower my kite a little bit. But if I go back upwind, it powers my kite up. You should be able to hold that kite above the water. So then when you're ready to land it, just use gravity and set it down, let go. Again, for launching, I'm going to reach up, and I don't want to be a statue. I want to be able to move. So I walk into the breeze as I'm launching my kite. Halfway up, get both hands on that bar, but still keep moving. The key is to move around. These are kite practices, kite skills that you're kind of acquiring by coming out here and practicing. Leave the board on the beach. Next thing is being comfortable with letting go and starting to anticipate where does that kite go after it goes to 12. And mastering that I can look at that kite and see that momentum, know where it's going to go. And that gives me a couple seconds to figure out if I need to adjust my harness and go back to flying the kite. These are great practices to do. One quick tip to flying your kite with one hand is that you can actually have this bar all the way out and push on it if you need to steer a certain direction. So if you're unable to cross hand and fix your kite or piano walk it, you can actually push on that stopper or the cleat to be able to get it to react. So don't forget about being able to push the bar. After you've mastered the one-handed techniques, now we got to be mobile. We got to be able to walk somewhere. So set yourself up for success. Right hand forward at the moment, that's my front hand. That's going to be for like body dragging or riding with the board and hanging out and like hand dragging through the water. So imagine yourself doing that. So you're going to walk with the kite now. Maybe use the board if you didn't leave it up on the beach. Use the board in one hand, walking, and being comfortable with changing sides, switching hands, and now walking back to the left. During that transition, letting go, and now walking back to the right. Building your confidence that you can walk with your kite. Now, for walking downwind, you're going to take that kite to 12, and you always want to have some sort of tension on your lines. If you're walking straight downwind, what I like to do is just little miniature figure eights, nothing drastic or erratic. Or I just sheet in a little bit. It takes the weight off my toes. Ooh, it's windy. And I'm just going to walk downwind. Just a little bit of tension on those lines so it's not lifting you. And now I can walk straight downwind, stop, and then now I can walk back upwind. One-handed, two-handed, alternating hands, piano walking, or doing a cross-handed technique. Learning and mastering your kite and having confidence and also just anticipating what that kite's going to do is going to help you tremendously. How many times do you go out and just fly your kite on your own? Most beginners kind of bypass this once they get to the board, and they kind of forget that these techniques you master over time, not just in lessons. So get out there, go have some fun with your kite, just like you're a kid in a park, and well, enjoy the day. This is Aaron with Elite Water Sports. We'll see you on the water.